So she decided to tour the school, even though we both knew she didn't have to. She, in fact, already had her decision in front of her. And I tell you this story because I want to empower you to go on your literal or metaphorical school tour and then decide, or to trust the decision that you already know in your gut and in your heart. Make a decision right now, and then you don't have to even go on that tour. So this is a blip of a story with a client I worked with who is trying to decide whether to go to a PhD program or not. She resonated with my story about dropping out of a PhD program because I wanted to pursue a career that lit me up. And here I am doing that very thing. She wasn't sure, or at least that's what she said, but as soon as we jumped on our coaching session, and even before the coaching session, she was already alluding to the fact that she didn't really want to go to this program. And so what we spent our session talking about and working through and airing out and clarifying is, what fear story is she holding on to or muddying the waters with when she actually knows her clear decision based on her unique values, career aspirations, goals, and the life that she wants to live for herself in this season and beyond. So in our session, we differentiated these two things, and that allowed her to rediscover self-trust in her own intuition, in what she wanted, and being able to confidently make a decision once she felt ready to make a decision. For her, it was still the best choice to choose the route of getting the reassurance by going on this school tour. She already had the trip booked, and she wanted to spend the time, she wanted to spend her resources to go to the school, to stand on the soil, and to feel that yes or no feeling in real time. However, when I reached out to her after the tour, that was about a month after our session together, I already knew the answer she was going to tell me, and she already predicted what she was going to tell me as well. She decided not to do the PhD program. She would not have been able to tap into that same conviction and confidence in her decision to say no to the PhD program had she not first had the coaching session to differentiate all the stuff that was going on in her mind before the tour. You may be in a very similar situation where you want to tour, or you want to go for that promotion and see if it feels different when you're at a different level or a different role in your job before making another decision that maybe you already instinctually know is the decision you'll make. However, what I've learned from coaching over 256 individuals in making confident and clear decisions aligned with their values is that those type of decisions and those type of gut feelings, very often we know far sooner than all the extra steps that we take afterwards to reassure ourselves and to gather the logic behind that decision to make sure from our logical, analytical brain that we're making the right decision. It's a choice. Go on the tour, spend the resources, the time, the energy to reassure yourself in what you already know. And that is not wrong at all. That is not what I'm saying in today's story. But it is also to say that if you have a gut instinct, you don't need to do that. You can also choose to take a breath and to make a decision based on what you already know. And if neither of those options are feeling super clear, that's when you bring on my support. And that's one of my superpowers, is to take you from a place that currently feels like you're cluttered and overwhelmed and you have so much going on in your brain, laying it out in a really simple way, repeating back to you the very words that you're saying to yourself but can't hear when they're in your own mind, and then coming to a surefire decision and saying, this is what I want. I know it for sure because I've spent these 2 hours working through my values, working through my goals, working through the fears that were preventing me from making this decision in the first place. And then you have me to ensure that you follow through on that decision in a way that feels really good for you. And what happens on the other side of decisions made? Freedom, a sense of relief, a sense of clarity about who you are and what you want and where you're going in your life and what you are choosing to leave behind. Confidence and conviction in who you are and what you want, and owning that and stepping forward toward that rather than feeling like you're stuck in the past or someone else's story. I have multiple applications waiting in my inbox for individuals who are ready to use a 2-hour coaching space with me to make a decision based on their values and move on with their life to experience the freedom and the relief that comes on the other side of letting go of the spiral and the doubt and the mud. And this could be you as well, and your decision made. That application link is either in the comments below if you're on LinkedIn or Facebook, or it is in my Instagram bio. It is your first step to already experiencing clarity and to working with me to make this decision confidently.